Yes, people, welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. We're back with another build-up show as West Ham United take on Bournemouth as the Cherries travel up from the South Coast. Currently sitting 13th in the league with the Hammers in 17th, I believe. But a win takes us all the way up to very much mid-table at 10th. So yeah, plenty riding on this tonight for both the players, the fans, and I think for David Moyes as well. This is a massive game, and I've brought in a massive guest as well. I'm joined by Ollie, who's going to be a West Ham fan tonight. Ollie, how are you?
I'm very well, Jake. I'm surprised you haven't gone up there tonight for this one. It's joking.
No,
But
it's all
yeah, I'm
good.
very well, mate. You okay?
Yeah, not bad. Not
Good lad.
bad at all. Before we carry on, let's see who we have got in the chat. Scott, hope you are well. Mark says, well, come on, guys. Hope you will keep your comments coming in, guys. Your thoughts on the game, we'll read them all out and discuss them as the show goes on. Of course, we will receive the lineup in just under 15 minutes' time. Scott says, time to unleash our blonde bombshell, Mr. Ben Rama. Now, a very fresh trim we've seen now from Mr. Ben Rama today. Yeah, for me, he's got to start from the neutral perspective that you're at, slightly more of a West Ham fan than a Bournemouth fan, Ollie. I know you are. What do you make of this
Probably.
tonight?
No, yeah, massive chance for massive chance for West Ham to start climbing up, to where we all kind of thought they would be where they would be at least by now, really. I think West Ham have had a really slow start to the season. So they'll be keen, to get at Bournemouth tonight, put some pressure on them, and get back up that sort of top half of the table where they belong. So it's very exciting for West Ham fans for sure. I'll be, buzzing about the game. Yeah,
Yeah, for
good.
sure. Let's take some more comments. How were the hot cross buns for lunch? They were very nice, Scott. They weren't hot, they were just cross buns, as Rich said in the chat earlier. But yes, very nice indeed, Scott. Lawrence, hope you are well. Benny must start. Yeah, I agree. I think most people's perspective of what's gone wrong so far, Ollie, is we've just not started the right players in the right positions, and it just hasn't all clicked together. We spent loads of money in the summer, and then we've just not quite clicked, and I think tonight could be a perfect opportunity for things to start to click, Ollie.
Yeah, of course. It's it could be. It's a bit similar to the Liverpool thing. Liverpool have been really inconsistent this season. I think that's a similar thing to West Ham, where they've I think it's something to do with like maybe the rhythm of the team, where they've chopped and changed it all the time through injuries. Like you said, West Ham have had lots of new players coming, so the rhythm isn't quite there, is it? They're not, producing what they all thought they were going to be doing by now. But I think that is it Schumacher, is it, up front
Yeah,
for West Ham?
Schumacher,
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, isn't he? He scored some nice goals.
yeah.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity for West Ham. I reckon they're going to do these tonight 3-0.
Oh God,
Yeah, I do.
bold prediction straight away.
Yeah.
Very
I reckon
nice.
West
Very
Ham are
nice.
looking good again. They've looked strong in their last few games, haven't they? They seem to be, knocking it about a bit better now.
Yeah. I mean, in the game we went up to Liverpool, we looked better, and we probably should have
Yeah,
got something out of that. And
yeah, you should have done
just
that game.
building
Yeah,
and getting the right, what's the word? Getting the right, bonding together and getting it to
yeah.
work. And I think
Got the
just taking our
rhythm of the
chances with the
team.
issue there, and hopefully we can do that tonight.
That's right. Yeah, I think you will do. They're starting to prove it now, aren't they? Yeah. Hopefully, hope they do anyway for you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fremma, I hope you are keep your comments are coming in, guys. Put your preferred starting lineups in, because we are about 10 minutes away from getting that starting lineup. In terms of Bournemouth, of course, they sacked Scott Parker after the 9-0 drubbing that Liverpool gave them, and then they've kind of went with the caretaker manager that was already there. I think Gary O'Neill, and until they lost to Southampton midweek, they've been unbeaten in quite a few weeks.
Yeah.
So, currently sat 13th. They were higher, but of course they did lose midweek. But yeah, they've definitely been a side that have shocked many people since they've sat Scott Parker. How good and consistent, and constantly picking up points, and how well they've played, Ollie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think a lot of it is sometimes I think players they need to be just let free to do what they want a little bit more. It's a little bit similar to the Gerrard thing with Aston Villa. He was obviously playing them in like the wrong tactics, wasn't he? He wasn't allowing them to be more free. So I think the caretaker, literally, that is his job, and sometimes that is just the best for a player. Just let them go out and be themselves. You know,
Yeah.
before you start getting too tactical.
Mm.
So I think that's just what it is. Really. They've obviously got some, some really, really, really talented players um, who are just being able to do what they want, and it's proving how good they can be. It's really
And
good.
I think the issue with Bournemouth was, Scott Parker was a questionable appointment, but fair play to him. He got them up and he got them into the Premier League. But then he was very vocal in press conferences saying things like, I haven't had the backing, we haven't got the players that we'd like to have gotten, and it was all very negative. And I think that kind of went through to the players as well. It has a massive impact if you've got a negative minded and droll manager that's not really being positive about things. And then a new manager bounced and they've gone on a really good run. Do you think it was down to perhaps Scott Parker and his man-to-man managerial aspects and skills?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, yeah. I think I mean, it's clear to say the Premier League is a different kettle of fish, isn't it? To the Championship. Gerrard struggled. Scott Parker struggled. Um,
Mm.
Sometimes it is. It clearly is a change of manager what is needed, and the Bournemouth one and the Aston Villa one is just a proof of that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. They just need to be let free, really.
Yeah, for sure. Let's take some more of your comments. Joan, hope you well. Hi, Jake. Hi, Ollie. Dawson will be back. I hope that's a massive boost. Hopefully, if we can
Yeah,
get Dawson back tonight, because he's been missed so greatly because he's just that rock there, isn't he? Having a partnership of Zuma and Dawson there, then I think gives David Moyes the confidence to go to a flat back four. He doesn't need to worry about back fives and stuff, which clearly doesn't work. There's no back three involved. It's a back five or nothing. So if we can have Dawson back in there alongside Zuma, I think that'll be a massive boost tonight. We haven't heard anything to say that he wouldn't be fit, so hopefully we can get Dawson back in there, and just having two fit centre backs, which have been a bit of an issue with us as of late, Ollie, is just a massive boost just to consolidate that up in any team.
yeah, yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the key area, really, isn't it? Centre half. Yeah, it's a massive boost for West Ham. Yeah, they'll be looking at that, thinking, great opportunity now to, not just to push on from this game, but to push on for a good run of games now. It's a massive confidence boost, isn't it? When you're a lot safer at the back.
Yeah.
Gives the likes of Rice a bit more freedom to go, forward that a little bit more. He's a defensive midfielder, but still, he gives him that license to just, go and do his stuff a bit further up the field as well. So yeah, things are looking good for West Ham now, and I wish them well. I hope they go on and push for a European place because that'll be great for them again.
Yeah, because we've got 3 games in 6 days now, which is interesting
Yeah,
because we played on Wednesdays. We've had a bit of a break, so we now play Monday, Thursday, and then we're Thursday in Europe at home, which is lucky, and then we go up Sunday to Old Trafford and play Man United. So we've got 3 games in 6 days, and it's key that Moyes makes the changes as he sees fit, and as well that kind of Europe game is a little bit sort of dead rubber. All we need is a point to get through. So I think Moyes' priority will probably be this game and Sunday, Ollie.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. It is difficult. I feel sorry for Man. They do put too much, too much pressure on these players, don't they? With games. Yeah, at the end of the day, they are only human as well, aren't they? It's not like they're robots. It's a bit cruel, but yeah, he knows
Yeah.
what he's doing, David Moore. I think he's a very experienced manager.
Yeah, and just
Yeah, I think he do well.
hopefully he plays an attacking way tonight because we've got a thumping of a side in us. I think we've got the players there. If we can all get it to click, we're going to batter a side. Could that be tonight? I'm not sure, but we have got, and many people are predicting a 3 or a 4, 1 or 0 victory. Could you see it being that one way tonight?
Yeah, I mean, West Ham have got some very, very, very good players. I think you could probably look at a few of them could go into sort of top 3 or 4 Premier League teams. I think if West Ham had a little investment of money and could just sign one or two more world class players, I think they challenge for top four.
It's just
But
it's just getting them all to click and bond together,
yeah,
then, isn't it?
yeah, their attacking side of it with Rice is just they're up there. They got was it Bowen? Yeah, like you said, when they click, they're very, very, very good.
Yeah. Let's take some.
But, yeah,
Let's take some more of your comments. So Jones says we need to get the win, and win well tonight. Score a bunch, keep a clean sheet. Yeah, that's massive. For managers, I don't think people quite realise how big a clean sheet is. So Moyes will be wanting that clean sheet tonight, and hopefully we can get it done nice and easily, and make it a convincing performance, because we haven't had a win and it's been a great performance for quite a while as I can remember. So I think it's a massive boost for the players, fans, squad, and Moyes if we can get a win tonight and we can perform well and deserve it, Ollie. That's a massive boost that we can try and take out of tonight.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, that's what they need. They need a good performance. It's not just for about tonight. It should give them some momentum going into Sunday's game.
Yeah,
and they really need to push on that and get some consecutive bounce-to-bounce wins. I think tonight's a great opportunity for them, and let's just pray for a nice, exciting game. Let's see.
Exciting one-way game. Jane, I hope you. I hope you are well. Mark says we must start strong tonight. Let's not go 1-0 down and then start playing. It's bang on. We've scored 2 goals in the whole of the first halves this season so far. It's just 2 goals. So we need to change that tonight. And
that's a strange
start well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so they need to go on the front foot a bit more, don't they? Take the game to the opposition a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
Show them who's boss. Just get in there, and, set the tone. Set the tone. That's what they need to do.
That'd be fine. Let's carry on with these guys before we get our next guest on lineup soon. They are in any second now. So we are 2 minutes away from the lineup, in fact. So we will get that to you as and when we get it. Let's scroll down on these comments. A lot of positivity tonight, which I like. EP can't make tonight, but come on, you irons, 4-1 win. And no, I'm not drunk. Yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of positivity around it. I'm slightly nervous that I've just got a funny feeling that Bournemouth could turn up and attempt to try and nick a point from us tonight. But yeah, I've still got the confidence there, but I've just, a little bit nervous because of that fact that they can go to sides and they have been picking up draws and important points here and there. So hopefully we can just get it done tonight. Jones says if we can win away in Europe, we can win at home against the Cherries. Good point. Wally, here we go. I'm worried about their pace down the right side. Of course, Ryan Fredericks we could see involved tonight, former West Ham player and Wally's favourite player to ever put on a West Ham shirt, I believe, Ryan Fredericks. So yeah, that is honestly something to worry about. If it's Creswell versus Fredericks, then we could have something to worry about. But then again, if we play Ben Rama down that left-hand side, then I think he could run rings around Fredericks because he's not great defensively. So, we can get at them if we play the players like Ben Rama. They are easily going to get at these sort of players. Right, let's scroll down. Luke, hope you are well, sir. Jones says, I bet Soufal plays, and I hope if he's chosen, he plays the game of his life. Yeah, so do I. Let's have a look. Robert says, Wally, I forgot you're a Bournemouth fan. Sorry, a Fredericks fan. Exactly. I've got to win with goals, says Luke. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Fremer says, can't help but be slightly worried tonight, to be honest. Yeah, we're still under pressure. I 100% agree. It's just a few nerves in there that we might just mess things up. Gary, I believe you're at the game. Train's crap again. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Lawrence, hello everyone from Bradford, Ontario, Canada. You've switched things up, Lawrence. Hope you are well. Lawrence getting ready to head to the pub and watch the match. Things you love to see. Gary, hope you well. Today is a must-win game. Performance not so important in my opinion. Results on the weekend went against us. Yeah, I can see your point exactly. 3-1 Hammer, says Lawrence. Confidence. There we go. And let's just head over and have a look at this lineup. Ollie, give us your prediction whilst I load that up.
My prediction, I think West Ham are going well at the moment. I think they're much stronger than Bournemouth have been. Bournemouth had a good, they've done well. I think West Ham are going to win 3-0.
Hope so. I hope so. So we
Yeah,
have
I
the
do.
lineup, and I'm going to bring that to you now. It's just loading up the stream. Then we're going to get our next guest on, and then we will move on. So I'm just getting a few swells round. We will get the lineup to you. Here it is then. So starting off in goal, it's Fabianski. A back four, a flat back four of Johnson, Kara, Zuma, and Creswell. A midfield. Oh, hello. Is that a midfield three of Rice, Souček, and Downs, and then perhaps a front three of Ben Rama, Skamaka, and Bowen. That is interesting. Ollie, I'm gonna ask for your thoughts on that before I let you go.
Yeah, what's happened to Antonio? Is he injured or?
Where is it? Antonio's on the bench. Skamaka's just starting up front. So
yeah, that's a different formation. So yeah, they're not, like you said, a little not quite as strong as they've always been in defence, are they? West Ham.
Well, yeah. So we were hoping that we were going to have a Dawson back there, but he's not even on the bench tonight, which is a little bit frustrating. But
go on, 3-1, 3-1 West Ham, 3-1 West Ham.
There we go. Yeah. Things we have to see. Let's bring our next guest on. You can't see him, but you're certainly going to hear him. Luke, how are you?
Hello, mate. You okay? Hello, Ollie. How are we?
Yeah, very good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
Good lad. Nice to see you.
3 points.
The lineup then, what do you make of it, Luke?
Well, it's the same as last week, but instead of Fornals, we've got Ben Rama. So hopefully a bit more attacking intent down that left side. Isn't it the same? I think it's the same. It's the same back four, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just not last week, Liverpool.
Yeah. Let's bring James. Oh, go on.
We should be winning tonight, but Bournemouth will put 13 to 14 players behind the ball, which we struggle with.
Yeah. Let's bring James on from the Anfield. James, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. What'd you make of the lineup, mate?
Pretty much same as last week. It's just about time that Ben Rama started. Just about time Ben Rama started. So yeah, I'm happy we've got a bit more of an attacking threat. 2 forward going midfielders, Downs to play holding. The only one thing that concerns me is Johnson playing at right back again. I think it should be Kerr there and Ogbonna starting personally, but it's not really a bad team. We've gone quite attacking, so I'm all right with that.
Yeah, let's have a look at that substitutes bench. So we've got Areola and Randolph as the 2 keepers, Soufal, Fornals, Antonio, Lanzini, Ogbonna, Coventry, and Emerson. So attacking options we've got there: Antonio, Lanzini, and Fornals. Pretty much. I mean, I suppose you could say Emerson as an attacking option.
Yeah, it's probably too soon for the guys that got hurt. I think Cornet and Aguerd's understandable. Paqueta, though, I'm disappointed. Because had we put him in starting 11, I think he could have made a difference. He would have controlled the midfield a bit more. But hey ho, whatever.
Yeah. Ollie, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, all right, Jay. Enjoy the game, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
Cheers, Ollie. Thank you very much, mate.
About an hour's time.
Just gonna fire through some more comments before we carry on. Keep liking the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Jane says, I think Bournemouth will score, but 3-1 win for us. Robert says we need to be ownership of our own fate and not rely on other teams' results. Exactly. Gary says, I'm worried. We are playing crap, and now everyone's finding their form. And tonight is a perfect opportunity, Luke. I'll put it to you to find some form. Ben Rama's starting. We've got Bowen in there. Skamaka down starts again. It's a lineup that most West Ham fans will be content with, I think.
I think it's the best lineup we can do, bearing in mind if we assume all of those that aren't available are, are injured and aren't 100% fit. I think it's not so much performance, it's 3 points and also goals. We need to start scoring goals quite quickly, or we're going to struggle to turn those wins into draws, into defeats into draws. I think Southampton was and also Liverpool was a perfect example. I think we deserved more than 1 goal than we got in both of those games. But if you don't stick it in that big white thing, it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, exactly. It's disappointed James to not see, as you mentioned there, the likes of Paqueta, who we'd Paqueta, Agerd, Corney, that we'd expect, because they aren't on the bench, are unavailable tonight. They are they aren't fit enough. So that's a little bit frustrating. But I think we've done the best with what we've got there. As Johnson at right back, Kerr at centre back, that worries me a little bit. But do you think it's enough to get the job done tonight?
I hope so. I think with the attacking options, I think this is good enough as you can get it. You've got a bit of techiness, pace. You got Skamaka, who can, as we've seen, Skamaka's been a real threat in the box. He's just not been getting the goals, and I think he could have seriously got more. Again, he is still getting into the right positions though to make it happen. And having said that, we can still have a threat to Bournemouth. I mean, they're a good team though. I mean, they haven't gone unbeaten since that drumming against Liverpool for nothing. So they're confident, and results builds confidence, as they say. So can we get the job done? Yeah, I think we can, and we just have to win it. It's just a lot of pressure on tonight, and we just got to thrive through that, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think Moyes could have gone a little bit more attacking tonight? Do you think that's where a bit of frustration from fans are coming from, Luke? It's positive to see Downs back in there again, but we preferred to see Downs instead of Souček in the midfield too, and another attacker. Do you think perhaps Chuck Fornals in there as well? Do you think there's a little bit of still negativity around that, or are you happy with it?
I'm happy with that, because I don't think Lanzini is certainly not 90 minutes, and he is on I haven't seen anything good for him for a while. Let's put it that way. I don't think attacking necessarily more or less attacking than Downs, because we've not seen what Downs can do. If Downs can get on the ball and put a through ball through to Skamaka, that's just as good as a little bit of pace and beating your player, isn't it? It's about getting that ball in the back of the net, and that's where we're struggling with. And to say I just don't see what. Yeah, you could say I could stick Fornals instead of Souček or Downs, but it's. I think that's as attacking as we're going to get, certainly without Paqueta, and also, so we have to remember, without Dawson or a recognised, as good as Kiera is, a recognised big centre back. I think I take the point of Paqueta missing, but I think Dawson missing from this 11's difficult, because it makes it harder. Because then you can shift Kehrer over, and Johnson, I don't know where his head is at the moment, but the last two games he's not done particularly well, so his confidence probably isn't that high, and I think that's the reason why Kufau's not playing, because his confidence has been shot by the fact that all that dog's abuse for turning up and playing.
Yeah.
So no, I don't see what more he could do. Ben Rama maybe take down. I'd like to see Antonio. As well.
They'll come on in the second half and winning just to.
That's the only thing. But without Antonio, you lose that last 25-minute beast mode, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and as well, people might look at that as a three in midfield and sort of negative playing Souček and Downs in there. But I think people will forget how many runs Downs made on Wednesday night. He played in a very attacking role, I thought, and at times he did do the defensive work. But at times you also saw him up on the right wing playing balls through, when he was spraying it about, almost playing as a number 10. I didn't think by no means he was playing as a sort of third sitting midfielder, because he was progressing with the ball quite well, James.
He needs to play more like how Busquets and Xavi played. You know what I'm saying? That kind of role where he's holding onto the ball and retaining it a lot more. Flynn Downs as a 10, it's like when we put Noble as a 10 against Newcastle 2 years ago. It's just not right thing to do. He doesn't have the attributes for a 10. He's got the attributes for a good midfielder, but not a 10. And just pushing further back, it helps us defensively and just helps us in the middle a little bit more.
But do you think sort of, without the Paqueta available, is the next best option, with Ben Rama on the pitch out on the left?
Possibly, if Downs can. Well, actually, his passing accuracy was the highest in the Championship last season. So if you're going off of that alone, yeah, probably it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, we go on to Paqueta. Apart from the fact he does look like an absolute ball player, what has he done anything for West Ham really? I can't remember an assist.
He assisted Skamaka's goal against Fulham.
Did he just as one? So he's not. saying he's not going to, but he's not ripping up trees, is he? Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
to say that he's our key to everything, I think it's a bit harsh because there's some good players, really good players in that 11.
Ew.
Oh, certainly. Oh, James, we'll let you sort that out a minute.
Yeah, dog lost a
And
tooth.
al-
1 minute.
Also, as well, I think you have to be aware that if he's fit, Souček starts.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's fair.
Whatever anyone says, you can have my opinions on him as well. But if he's fit, he will start in the David Moyes West Ham 11.
Yeah. Let's carry on with some of your comments. Terry, hope you are well. Dan, all the way over from Southmore House TV. Come on, you irons. The Claret and Blue supporting the Claret and Blue. A dramatic comeback for you boys at the weekend. I saw very, very good. I hope you are well, mate. Let's scroll down. Mandy says, I reckon Emerson, Rice, Souček and Bowen. Emerson on the bench, we could see him feature at some point. Frema says we just have to keep my compatriot Billing quiet. Let's scroll down. Would have preferred Gianluca and Antonio together from the start. We looked better, I thought, on Wednesday night when they both played together. So do you think that could have been something that Moyes could have explored today, James?
Possibly, but it's one of those things he's going to have to chop and change and take the risks a bit more. It's something that could be explored. Playing them together as a two, I don't know, but Antonio and Scamacca together might not be a bad thing. I think what he just wants is to just attack it from the off, and that's probably why Benrahma's in there. But starting those two together, it's not a bad thing. It could work. I think we've just tried it. But then again, you never know until you try it.
Wally says, good to see Downsno again. Yeah, I 100% agree. Mandy says, Rice, Downs and Lanzini would have been better for me. I can't see the Lanzini. I mean, would Lanzini offer more than Souček? I mean, you lose the physical aspect of what Souček brought, and I think
they are going to be, at least the first half, I would suggest, they're going to be all over our players, especially the midfield. And Lanzini has a slight tendency to lose the ball a bit too much. So let's see if Downs can, as James said earlier with his passing retention last season in the Championship, let's see if he can keep that. Because I think passing round this team is the way to get at them, because they're going to be all over us from moment one. That's how they're going to have to play it to get, because they're looking for a point today.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Lawrence says, I would take that lineup worried with the defence a little. Yeah, I think we all are. Why two keepers again? Yeah, would anybody prefer to just chuck a youngster on there instead of the second keeper? But we have this debate every week, so it is what it is. Teresa says, Benrahma deserves the start 100%. He does. Hopefully he can prove himself again tonight. Can't sub Benny. We'll have no one who can dribble the ball. Benny will get subbed at some point. Some point he will get subbed. It's just a matter of when.
Come off for Antonio at some point.
Yeah, maybe. Trevor says we are going to lose now. Johnson is in the team. He hasn't been great as of late, and I think that's definitely possibly the weak point in the side.
Like I said, Kerr at right back, and I'd rather have Oggy in at centre back. At least then you've got a natural leader of a centre back.
Yeah, fair enough. Woody says Souček will score a header. Hopefully, I would love a set piece goal day because we've been awful at set pieces pretty much this whole season. So yeah, if we could get one, that would be nice. Gareth says positive team selection. Would have liked two strikers. Down starts again. Bowen, Benny starting to show form, but we must start fast and not slowly, as in past games. I 100% agree. And Luke, you said it earlier on. They're going to be coming in and trying to get a point out of us today. We've got to start quickly.
Yeah, I would love an early goal. Yes, I would, but it's not about starting quickly because they're going to be sitting back. It's about being brave, and I think taking on your man is where we're going to win tonight. Because they are going to sit up. They're going to match us up, and go for the point. So it's not just starting quickly; it's starting correctly. I mean, there's one thing going at full blast. If they go 1-0 up with a stupid West Ham brain fart of a goal, that's a long old evening for us.
Yeah, I think so. Mandy says, I just think that Rice and Downs are such a strong pair that allows us to go offensive with two strikers, Benny and Bowen. Think of us scoring in the first half. It would be a dream to get an early goal and a goal in the first half tonight. Harry says, a 4-4-2 for a change. Skamaka and Antonio out front and Bowen in the hole behind them. But we'll see. Come on, you wines. We'd all like to see that. Hopefully one day we might see it from the start. Sick of seeing Creswell in the start. In the side, would you have rather seen Emerson there, James?
Maybe not. I mean, Cresswell actually didn't have a bad game against Liverpool, did he? But then again, Emerson's got more energy. I mean, that one position doesn't bother me as much because we actually have a competent backup for it. It's just the right back position that concerns me more. So no, I'm not concerned Cresswell starting.
Yeah. Do you think overall, kind of the full backs, and if they've got a bit of pace and they get at us, Luke, that could be an issue again? Because I thought the full backs weren't fantastic together against Liverpool, and do you think that could be something that Bournemouth might try and exploit tonight?
Yeah, I same as James. I think Emerson and Cresswell's 6 and 2 3s, potato. I don't think Emerson's that much better than Cresswell just because he's a bit quicker. He's not as good defensively, and let's be honest, Cresswell's crossing has been one of our strong points going forward for the last 5 or 6 games. But yeah, defensively, Cresswell is a problem. But then I don't think Emerson's an upgrade defensively. If we had gone out and bought that marquee left back, then yes, I wouldn't like to see Cresswell. But if we had done that, he'd probably got injured anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I'm not too bothered about. We do need to upgrade our left back, but I don't think that there's much difference between Emerson or Cresswell. I think our problem is our right back area, where obviously Kerr is our best right back, but at the moment, because our centre backs seem to be made of crisps, we can't field him at right back, which is fair enough. That's one of the things I think Dawson's a big miss tonight.
Yeah.
From my understanding, he got a dead leg. Was it against whatever the game was before the European game before Saints?
Yes, I think so.
And that's quite a long time, quite a long way out for dead leg, which is essentially a nasty bruise, isn't it? A dead leg. It's quite a long time out for that. So perhaps it is more than what we were told. But it would be great to see. That's what I would have preferred to see over Paqueta and, whatever problem with the left back. I think if we had Dawson fit tonight, that makes our right back look so much easier. So makes our right back position look better. Therefore, Cresswell doesn't have to do as much work.
Yeah. I agree. Let's have a look at the Bournemouth lineup before we go into predictions and start wrapping things up. So you've got Neto in goal. Fredericks returns to London Stadium. Cook, Mepham, Lerma, Solanke, Christie, Smith, Tavernier, Senesi, and Billing. Not too many recognisable names in there. Any that you can point out? I mean, Tavernier is a sort of recognisable name in there.
I thought we should have started Billing. He went, wasn't he? Was it Huddersfield?
He was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of went there for not much more of a 10 million. I thought that would
class player.
Signing for us. I say Solanke won't score, but he probably will tonight.
He's been good form.
But that back four's eminently get-atable, isn't it?
Yeah.
James?
The midfield worries me a bit because Lerma and Billing are pretty good. Lerma stayed there for quite some time. So he's. Sorry, what?
They're big and strong, aren't they?
Yeah. Solanke, I know we've just said about Solanke, but the thing is, he's starting to come good for them. And Neto's actually a decent keeper. I mean, not only is he named after a Swedish supermarket, but he's also a really good keeper.
Yeah. There aren't too many recognisable names. So we'll have a look at the bench. Travers, Stevens, Rothwell, Stacey, Stanislas. Is that Kiefer Moore, I presume, Pearson, Anthony, and Zamura. So there's not too many more recognisable names on there. It's the bottom line. I think from me is that's a gettable team.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kiefer Moore doesn't start a bit more.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
He's a big lad as well, isn't he? He won't get you loads of goals, but he'll be like Andy Carroll used to do. Won't let loads of goals, but he's a massive problem for centre backs because he's a bit quick, he's a bit big, and I'd hate to say it, he's a bit dumb, and
Miss me.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if he comes on with R5 to go, he might cause Kara there some problems. That might be a worry. But let's move on. Let's move on to some predictions before we start wrapping things up. James, I'll start with your prediction and goal scorers.
3-1 West Ham. I'm gonna go Skamaka, Bowen, and I'll say Ben Rama.
Very nice, very nice. Luke.
I think it will be 3-1 as well.
Oh, you can't have the same prediction. I'm not having that. That's boring.
It's not
Okay,
though. No, it changes the scorers.
2.5, 1.5.
Very nice.
Okay,
I like the improvisation.
I'll go for 4-2 then. I think we are better than them, but we don't score many goals, and we've got a bit of a West Ham about us. But then on the flip side of that, we've all been saying if we click, we've got an ability to tonk a team, and this is the team that we could tonk. But yeah, I'll go for 4-2 then. And as in goal scorers, I think Cresswell. The goals will be split between 2 for Ben Johnson, 2 for Aaron Cresswell. How about that?
I very much like and encourage the improvisation used. I said 3-1 on my preview. I'm going to change things. I can now see us being a sort of 2-0 West Ham. I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth did score, but I'm praying on that clean sheet tonight. West Ham 2, Bournemouth 0. I think Skamaka scores and a goal from one of our midfielders. I'm not going to say who. Rice, Downs, or Souček, take your pick. Yeah, one of them for me will score.
If it's 1-1 and you hear in the news about a rampage going on in the Hampshire area, it will be me. Just think about it.
Final thoughts then. Luke, I'll start with you.
Just win.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to be too greedy. Just win and a couple of goals. And not give my heart a workout. I don't need it today, please. Let's just a comfortable, easy win, please.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. James?
Same, really. Just win. Just get it done.
Very much. Let's take some of your predictions and thoughts. Firstly, Fremmer says, yeah, some of the players are definitely shocking at the moment, but our problem now. But our problem now is more complex than picking out certain players. Johnson at centre back. See, we might see Johnson at centre back tonight, and then Kara goes out to the right hand side. That could be an option because they might not be, as dangerous as perhaps Liverpool's we saw midweek. So that could be something. But who knows? 3-1 Skamaka, Rice, and Bowen. Gut says 1-1. Really hope I am wrong. Yeah. I hope you're wrong as well, Fremmer. Terry says, I agree with Luke. Any win, but calm and controlled. Exactly. Right then, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. It's been our match build-up show for West Ham United versus Bournemouth. Thanks for Ollie for coming on earlier on. And Luke and James, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
We'll catch you soon right here on West Ham Official. From us, come on you Irons, and we'll catch you on the full-time whistle. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.